And welcome to another exciting episode of the SoCal Showdown podcast, your number one source for everything involving USC and UCLA college football, the greatest rivalry in all of college sports. My name is Josh Shibata. I am one of your co-hosts representing the mighty, once again mighty, USC Trojans of Southern California. And with me, he is still alive, folks. Don't worry, he's still amongst us. Anthony Fletcher representing those gutsy Bruins of UCLA. And Anthony, it's starting to sound like a broken record, but how you feeling today?
I'm actually pretty good, Josh. Pretty good. I'm not going anywhere. There's still plenty of football left to play, and my fantasy football team is doing well, so I got something to look forward to.
Oh, there you go.
Another pretty disappointing week for UCLA football, though. But, we're still getting by.
Yeah, definitely another disappointing week straight from the mouth of Anthony Fletcher. Another disappointing week for UCLA football fans. And we'll go right into it because USC had a bye, a chance to kind of heal up. And we'll reveal a few new news things that just happened recently. And I'm talking about in the last couple of hours, Anthony, that might make things interesting for USC's upcoming game, a Thursday night game. And you know how we hate these Thursday night games, but USC will be taking against Cal. But let's go into UCLA. UCLA going against Utah, ranked number 19, I believe, at the time. Utah at the Rose Bowl. Unfortunately, suffering a pretty bad loss at the hand of those Utah Utes. So tell me, Anthony. Well, first of all, let me get off with a little question. It seemed like Rosen's backup, Mike Faufal, did a pretty faithful. There you go. Did a pretty good job. In all honesty, if you look at the stat line, of course I didn't see the game, but looked like he did a pretty damn good job. But yet not enough to stop Utah. What is your take on the game?
I'll start by talking about faithful. Mike did an admirable job filling in. And the stat line does look impressive, on the surface. You look at the 464 yards and look at the 5 touchdowns. But everything is relative. You need to keep in mind, he did throw the ball 70 times, which is a school record at UCLA, which is incredible. And you consider this is supposed to be a balanced style offense for a guy to come out and throw the ball 70 times. Consider the lack of production he's had from the run game. It's not surprising. One of my suggestions has been, if we're having this much trouble running the ball, maybe we need to go ahead and adjust the offense where the emphasis is on the pass. And, I think that's what the coaching staff is thinking as well. Because we have been productive throwing the ball. The other thing to keep in mind is, as soon as that stat line of 4 interceptions, there were some turnovers that really did affect the course of the game. You kind of look at how many points Utah scored, and you consider what they were able to do offensively. And it looks like kind of a bad loss, but once again, this is a game that came down to one score. This is a 7-point game, which has been kind of the theme of the year. And there's something you can, you can take some positives from that, but losses are losses at the end of the day. There are no more victories here, so it's a little heartbreaking. But you're right. Mike did do. Especially considering the circumstances, did an admirable job. That said, you could clearly see, at least I could clearly see the difference in terms of the arm talent between he and Rosen. Some of those interceptions that Mike threw would not be interceptions if they were being done by Josh Rosen. So pretty good second. He's got a limited arm. He's an accurate thrower. He's a fairly athletic kid. He did a great job of scrambling and getting around in the pocket, avoiding the pass rush. He did did a good job in the circumstances. But, Josh, where he really sets himself apart is his ability to make those stunning, close out throws. And, Mike struggles in some of those throws sometimes. But, again, he did a relatively good job considering the circumstances. So I can't take that away from Mike. At the end of the day, he'll forever be in the UCLA record books for some of the things that he accomplished. But I think speaking for them, he would prefer to have him win than all those yards and all those touchdowns.
So let me ask you, Anthony, what is going on with the run game? I mean, it seems, again, didn't watch the game, but just look at the stat line again. It just seems non-existent. What?
I can't hear you very well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say, once again, it seemed like the run game is just non-existent. What is happening over there with UCLA where the run game just seems to be taking steps backwards rather than moving forward?
I couldn't hear you well, but I think I heard what you asked. But in terms of the run game, it's one of these things. I don't know really how to explain it. Again, this is you literally see the deterioration of the run game as the season is going on. And again, I've never seen anything quite like this. We're playing with the same offensive line that we were playing with at the beginning of the season, with the exception of one of the guards. Najee Turan has taken over one of the guard positions for most of the season since I believe the second game of the season. Between personnel not being available, it's a certain times throughout the season, we've had running backs who, for whatever mysterious reason, have not been available on game days. I guess teams rising up and stacking the box, seeing some of our struggles throwing the ball downfield and completing short passes and trying to rely on the run. And then just our offensive line just not doing a good job of, one, getting movement off the ball, and then two, getting to the second level. So, I mean, it's a number of things that even teams that are struggling to run the ball, produce more than what we've been able to produce. Now, this week, at least, we could point to the fact that we really didn't rely on the run game very much, so we didn't go so very often. It looked like the coaches made decisions personnel-wise to go almost strictly with Bolo Robson, whereas over the last 2 weeks, it had been Nate Starks who've been getting to play. And I don't remember seeing Nate Starks on the field for even one play this week. And, Soso Jamambo was very limited this week. In fact, I believe, without even playing, Ronald Jones out-rushed him. I believe Soso had -1 yard on the day.
Right.
It's been that kind of year for a running game, and no one seems to be able to explain exactly why. The most I've heard from Moore is, in terms of an explanation, is he doesn't know. He looks completely befuddled in interviews when asked about it. And, I'm sure that there's more to it than what he's letting on. The mail watches film. He sees what's going on when he looks at the tape, and he's got to have some understanding of why we've had so many struggles running the ball. But, nobody can say anything definitive about it. It's really sort of heartrending, and it's affected our offense. And, I don't know. I was actually kind of happy to see Rosen not on the field this week. Not because I don't want him playing, but I don't want him, going out there while still injured and risking further injuries, while the offense is not operating the way it should around him. I'm also glad to see Mike Faithful getting an opportunity to throw the ball around a little bit. This is the fifth-year senior who's faithful to the program. It's nice to see him out there having some life and success, but, as far as how the offense is operating in the run game, it's I don't know. And I don't see a cure coming anytime soon. But again, I hate to keep going back to this. but I'm going to continue to say it because I think it'll be a factor in the future in terms of, personnel and staff being put in place. But, so many people are clamoring for Noel Mazzoni to hit the road after last season. And, granted, Texas A&M took a loss to Alabama this week, but even still, Texas A&M continues to be the number one running team in the country, while we're, I believe, last. So that doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. I think that the personnel that we have in place is designed to run the ball the way, Noel Mazzoni saw fit, and we have guys who haven't fit into the mold of a pro-style offense quite yet. So it may take some time before that happens.
All right.
We can only hope that it happens by next year, because all of the data seems to point to next year probably being Rosen's last season. So, if Rosen is the guy we think he is, next year's got to be the time. Obviously, it's not this year.
Yeah.